Hello again and welcome to Undercover. I'm your host, Kevin Bousquet. I'm a licensed private investigator. Welcome to the show. Now, we're picking up where we left off from our last segment, where we have been talking primarily about corporate information leaks. Various ways that if you own a company, that your private confidential data can find its way to the public. Now, in our last show, we talked a little bit about the electronic end debugging, your phone being tapped. I brought in a counter-electronic surveillance specialist who walked us through a counter-electronic sweep. So we are still in the technical end of this program. We're going to get into some of the other areas later on in these shows. So if you missed the past stuff, I would encourage you to watch it. Now, what we're going to talk about today is computer network security. Now, I've brought a very special guest. He is the author of the book Virtual Crime. His name is Hamad Benatia, and you can find out about his book and his credentials on www.PCrelief.ca. Now, just to give you some the examples of his credentials, he is a Microsoft systems engineer, and he is also what's called a certified ethical hacker. So that's an interesting title. Essentially what Hamad does, he goes into companies, he takes a look at your network, he talks to both the business owners and the employees about computer security, what you should be doing to protect yourself from hackers, information leaks, network vulnerabilities, that kind of thing. Now, I've taken a look at the book, and I'm just going to read you what he says in the back of the book. He says 3/4 of today's computers are spied on, and the computer owner doesn't know it. Now, I'm assuming that means both corporately and personally. And can you kind of just elaborate that? Like, are you saying that a good percentage of our computer networks are not secure?
Most of them, unfortunately, yes, that's correct.
Are not secure?
Are not secure, yeah.
Okay.
I would not go, I mean, when we talk security, we have to define what we mean by secure. I mean, I don't mean that somebody can actually remotely access the computer and gain full access to that computer. That's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is that with all the spyware and adware that there is today, there is barely no computer that do not have those type of spyware installed on their computer.
So you're saying they're vulnerable?
Absolutely, they're vulnerable. Not so much today because with the fix that Microsoft introduced, like with the Service Pack 2, which resolved one of the biggest problems that they had with the active access control.
Yes.
In the past, it used to be, anybody who go online, whether they downloaded anything or it would be pushed onto their computer,
okay,
and would install automatically, and they would start to spy on what their browsing habits are and stuff like this.
Okay. Now, just to give you an example, we were in the green room and he was showing me some of the websites that are out there. And I found one website, my heart is still kind of pounding, I'm a little freaked out about it, but there was a website called, what was it again,
archive.org.
Archive.org. And what this website was a place where you can take a website, you do a search on this website, and it can show you what the website looked like as far back as the 90s when the internet first came out. So I ran my website, www.corpa.com, on there, and they had my old graphics on there. There was information about old articles I had written on there, who my old employees were. And I was thinking, like, that's some scary stuff with all of this stuff with respect to people having their identity impersonated, that kind of stuff, where some people don't want their names on their internet anymore, on their website corporately, because of impersonation. If you're a millionaire and you got all this whatever, people can start applying for credit in your name. So let's do this. Let's pretend I have a network, 30, 40 people, called a very small company. Can you walk us through some of the vulnerabilities out there that, like, how are you going to get into my network if you're a hacker?
Well, if you're a hacker, obviously, first of all, you have to have interest into that company. What does this company offer that's so interesting?
Okay.
So if you have something, then plus if you advertise it on your website, you brag about it, obviously you're going to attract too many people. Okay, and so a hacker will do some research. It's not just like people think that you just open a computer and after 2 minutes the person is in. No, it takes work. It takes actually a lot of work. A hack might take between 2 to 6 months. Okay, before it does actually happen, before the person get hold of the information he's looking after. So having said that, the person will probably start with doing sort of a reconnaissance on the company. And as you mentioned, you know,
like research on the company.
That's correct. Yeah, they will go to their website. They will do some research on the internet. What's being told about that company, if there was a merge recently, and unfortunately, some of the websites, corporate websites, do offer too many information about their company, about what they do, what they offer, and sometimes they even push it a bit farther, and innocently, of course, but they do mention the type of structure, network structure that they do have. So, which make the life of a hacker much easier, because if they know that, example, you use this type of router, and there is a vulnerability about that router,
right.
Obviously, well, it's going to try that first.
Okay.
So, and also, unfortunately, in some companies, they do they post jobs a lot, you know, about IT jobs, you know, in their corporation, and doing so, most of the time, without realizing, the HR department will give way too much information about what they're looking for. They're looking for somebody who knows, you know, JavaScript, who knows, you know, Cisco, who knows, you know, VLAN and stuff like this. And they even sometimes give the version of the thing that they have.
Okay.
And that's too much information.
Okay. So can you walk us through? All right. So let's say, for example, I got a product, my company is going to go on an IPO, it's going to go public. I want to keep it real quiet about when and where. I don't want to make sure any outsiders find it. So can you walk us through some of the programs you were showing me in the green room that are out there to compromise these networks and things?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, just you know what, sometimes you don't even have to be genius or a real good hacker in order to gain access. An example, if we use Outlook Express, let's say you're a VP, you're an executive of that company, and you are sitting you know, at a hotel, and I know that you're going to be there. So let's say if you walk out and you use, let's say, Outlook Express for emails.
I've left my email program on.
You left your laptop in. You went for breakfast. I come in. Okay. I check your Outlook Express. I go to Tools, Accounts. I go to Mail over here, and then all I have to do is click on Export, and they will export the whole thing.
Including your passcodes?
Include your password, including the server, the incoming server, outgoing server. All the information will be exported. But if I'm smart enough, I will go to the advanced and I will leave a copy for 5 days. That way you will still receive your emails, and I will receive duplicate of your emails without you being aware. So that's one way. So
okay,
now,
so let's just go through a checklist.
Sure.
So moral of the story is always close your email when you leave your workstation.
The moral of the story, have a password all the time on your computer. Most of the people don't want to have a login password because it's too much work.
Okay.
Okay, so that's probably the first thing you want to do.
So you don't got to be a genius to compromise someone's email if you're in the company.
That's correct. So Outlook Express is a free version, obviously. That's what most people use. Okay. And companies are smart enough not to let executives use that. Okay. So they move on to the licensed version of Outlook, example of this one. But unfortunately, with all the hacking tools that is on the market today, I will show you how easy it is to still find the information I'm looking for. So if I go to the accounts and then I click on here, you will see that at the bottom that there is no well, this one has it, but the newer version doesn't have an export version option. But if I click on there and I go to the server, I can write down the information, but the password, as you see, is encrypted.
So the password here is encrypted.
That's correct. Okay. Yeah. But if I use this software, which is free, you can download it from the internet, and I click on here, you can see over there that it reveals the password.
Okay, just back up. So within 1 second of now, okay, let's talk about this particular program. This is where would I get it? Like,
this is a free program.
Let's not give it any information where you could find it, but let's just talk about how easy it is to get it.
Well,
right?
it's fairly easy if you know the name of the program, which you call Stunt Boys. You just go on the internet, you open Google, and you can download it.
Okay, and notice within literally 1 second here, you've been able to pop the password off here, and basically, all right.
That's correct.
Okay, cool.
So what I would do in this case, I would write down the information as you can see over here, and then with the password, I know the password, I know all the information I need. I just go to my home and set it up, and we both receive emails.
And the other problem is that a lot of people use the same password for everything. So if your password is popcorn, you're using it on your email. You're probably using it on your network at home. You're probably using it on other stuff as well. So
absolutely,
okay, cool.
Absolutely. So another way also I mean, there is so many ways. I mean, we don't have enough time, obviously, to speak of what a hacker can do. But just to give a better view to for people to better understand what can be done. Here I give you another example. A file taken out of a network, a secure network, okay, protected with a password. Example: this is a confidential document. As you can see, it is actually password protected. Okay, so which means that no one can actually open it. But there is software out there, again, that will allow you to crack the password. So if I open this software, which will perform what's called a dictionary attack or brute force attack, those are two different types of attacks a hacker will do. Using this software, if I just drag in the document in here, it will, you see, in a matter of seconds, it already reveals
so
the password.
your password is oranges.
That's correct.
Okay.
So which means that if the password was oranges 1, that would have taken way longer for the password for the.
Okay.
For
But
the
now
software to
in
crack.
my office, like I mean, I've got, I had the virus McAfee updated every single day. I've got, the spyware, and we all run that every single day. We update the whatever. With the spyware and with the McAfee, the traditional McAfee, I mean, I think the average person is using some form of spyware and they're using some form, whatever. Is it going to show up on?
It will show up. It doesn't matter. The thing that you have to prevent is to prevent people to log in. Okay, once they're in, it's too late. I mean, there is little you can do. I mean, if a hacker managed to bypass your router, your firewall, your IDS, your honeypot, your VLAN, and is active on one of the computer, let's say a corporation which has, most of them has 3,000, 4,000 employees, and if one of the machines is sitting somewhere that nobody is accessing, and if the hacker managed to get in and is live on that computer, even if he doesn't have any access yet, he will work at elevating his identity on the computer in order to gain full access. And then hopefully, if he's smart enough, if he's skilled enough, he will move on from that computer onto the rest of the network and maybe take control of the network.
Okay.
So having a spyware, antivirus, and all this is beautiful, but it's not. I mean, it's not enough. Education, which is probably the most important thing in corporation, that's what corporation lack. When it comes to train employees, there seems to be some sort of miscommunication between departments, between the HR department, the security department, the executive. So which is extremely hard.
So, I mean, it sounds to me like from your book, from the parts I've read of it, it
Yeah.
sounds like you're very big on the educating the employee
That's correct.
segment.
Absolutely, you're absolutely right. Because I mean, it's not just me. You can ask any security expert. They will tell you that security, 50% of the security of corporate security lie on the employees, and the 50% lie on the equipment and on the software. Okay. If you do not have 50%, let's say an example, you're an employee. I called you, pretending to be an executive, okay? Or even better, this is called a social engineering, okay? I call you, I would collect the telephone numbers of the company, and then I would call one at a time, say, hi, my name is so-and-so, I'm from the help desk, I'm just returning your call. So what seems to be the problem?
So, okay. So they're trying to pretext the information
that's
out
correct.
of you.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So if I do that with 1,000 employees, eventually I might I might hit somebody who do actually have a problem.
Okay.
So based
So I
on
mean,
that,
one of the things that's important then is people need to be really careful what they're giving out over the telephone because it could be a hacker doing some kind of a pretext trying to get your login and password information.
That's correct. Because you know what? You could have a $2 million equipment if you give me your password to log into the network. Well, you know what? That's worthless.
That's very scary. Yeah. I mean, it really is. Okay, can you just walk us through? We don't have a lot of time, but maybe just walk us through maybe a few more of the internal ways that people can access the computer, and then what about an outsider? I mean, we've kind of touched it, but just as far as some of the internal devices that are out there.
Well, here's a very good, probably one of the most powerful device. This is a keylogger. This basically can record up to 65,000 keys. So what somebody can do if he has physical access to the company can go to the back of the computer. Where you plug in your keyboard, put it into the computer.
So this is kind of like a bug that would go on a computer.
That's correct.
That's recording every keystroke?
Every single key, yeah. So after 2 weeks, The person come back, take it off, and then just plug into his computer, and he will open a WordPad, and he will tell what the executive or what the person was doing for the last 2 weeks. If you went to the bank, to your website, it will give them the IP. I mean, it would give every key.
So, I mean, we're almost at the stage now that we have to do physical inspections on our work area now. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely. You have no choice. You have to do, and unfortunately, there is a big lack of people doing that. This device also, it's a device that I can work with in an environment which would give me if there is any wireless access, if it's secured or not, wherever it is located, and
cool. Okay, join me next time, and what we're going to do, folks, is in this segment we have shown you the vulnerabilities. What we're going to do next is we're going to talk about resolving these issues. What can we do in a company to protect ourselves from vulnerabilities? I can't tell you how to protect yourself unless I show you what the vulnerabilities are. So again, Hamad, thank you very much for coming. We're going to see you in our next show. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.